Alright guys, we're back with another video, doing another car review at this blessed spot. It's been a few years since I've posted anything proper on YouTube, but today we're reviewing my mate's R36 with some nice questionable Lebo mods. The first thing we've got here, we'll get into straight away, is these Hustler wheels, whatever that means. They've got tyres from China, so we've got Pace, Nankang, Ling Longs on the right, and we've actually got a really good tyre, which is actually really important for traction, I've heard. Dragon Sport with extra tyre shine, so you know it's very good condition. As you can see by my fingers, nice and dirty. It's actually a really, other than that, it's actually a really gorgeous blue colour. Has an exhaust system to make it sound more stock than stock as well, which is always nice. So when you get pulled over by the highway patrol, they can actually defect you for the car being quieter than normal, and they can still make their money. It's great. So I think with this one we've got the VR8 or VR6 motor, one of the two, same kind of thing. It's like a V6, it's like a, and it's not like your Commodore V6 either that you put a pod filter on, it chops everything. This is actually a decent V6, unlike most cars in third market. So if you have a look under the bonnet, it looks pretty stock standard, but it does have some, it looks like aftermarket engine mounts. They're very chromy, but yeah, very stock. Apparently this thing has a tune on it as well, even though it's just on 98 and there's no mods other than the exhaust system and the mismatched tyres. Little side note I'd like to mention, this is actually a very good car to sleep in. I have slept in one of these before. One of the only cars you can have a proper good night's sleep in. So, with the Ultra Vice Grabber Monster, we'll ignore that. Gorgeous leather interior with this, I'm actually not sure what this material is called. Alcantara. But very nice to sit in, very nice to look at, and better than most egg cars interiors in my honest opinion. I think they did a very good interior job with this compared to the R32 in all seriousness. It looks much more luxurious and corporate. All right, let's get into driving. So the first thing I like about this car is we can't adjust the steering wheel or actually no, we can adjust the steering wheel, but we can't adjust the seat for some reason because apparently the fuse is blown and there's no manual mode unfortunately. But you know, we have to make do, have to drive like I'm a giant, but that's okay. See, we got this gorgeous Golf designed shift knob. I actually do really like this. They did a really good job with this. This car makes a lot of funky noises, but I guess that's just part of its character. It's kind of like a Lexus Sora in that kind of sense, but nicer to drive, I guess. So, okay. This also has no park brake, like e-brake, so it's either park or drive, which is also really good for the transmission, which should be right, I guess. We also can't manually shift the gears either. The car doesn't like it for some reason. The Decepticon Megatronics unit doesn't like it apparently, something like that. The Volkswagen heads will tell you about it, but yeah. It's got a DSG gearbox, which is really nice. It's like dual clutch, I believe, for Volkswagen, their version of DCT, even though BMW did a really good job of it on the E93. I think Volvo and Audi did an average job at it, but that's just my honest opinion. Yeah, it handles really well. Really utilising every part of each rim and tyre as well, which is another feature I like about this motor vehicle. It's actually quite zippy as well when you want it to be. Obviously this is filmed in Mexico, I want to clarify that. Only in Mexico, private roads, etc, etc. Very safe.
Ting!
Safe but cheap place to drive. As you can feel, in here, the car drives just like a dream. It's actually very nice to drive. I was actually expecting it not to be this nice, because I actually haven't driven this car yet. I have personally once, a long time ago, owned an R36 myself, but it was a wagon, and I missed that car dearly. I wish I didn't sell it, but all good things must come to an end sometimes. This car, it just moves. It's got the low end torque, and when you want to get moving and overtake someone, it will let you do it smoothly, especially with a dual clutch transmission. There's no delay in shifting gears, which is exactly what you want when you're chopping up traffic or doing things extremely illegally. Not that you would chop up traffic. It's good to have the ability to, in an emergency situation or in Mexico. But yeah, got a few nice little warnings on the dash. like any European car. It's just part of its character. You don't really know what they mean, you don't want to know what they mean. It's just part of its character. So apparently the trick is we put it in park and then we put it in reverse, apparently, according to one of the drivers of the motor vehicle. Let's give it a second to engage, just it needs to think. She's an old girl now too. There we go. Oh, beautiful. She just, it works fairly well, negotiably. Gets you from A to B and is quite nimble. A very common thing to actually go on these cars, from my experience, is the gearbox and the engine mounts. As you can see, they have been replaced. Very common thing that always has to be replaced on these. Sometimes a PCV valve as well. Like the R32, coil packs are always needed for these as well. Spark plugs, not so much, you can get away with doing it as much, but coil packs are very common to go on these as well, unfortunately. The shady thing about this car is I can't drive in manual mode, which is where it really shines with the downshifts, pops, and the proper exhaust system. Even a cat pack or a big pipe delete, these things sound like a baby GTR. Pretty incredible. Very nice daily driver. Not the best on fuel, but it doesn't matter. Who really cares about fuel anyway? Paired with a normal drive system, you do get a little bit of understeer, but you counter it by accelerating out of the corners when you're actually in a gear, at least aside from being a gear, it's good. When you have one that actually lets you change the gears, it's excellent. It's a very beautiful sunny weather day today, which is always nice. And it's nice to be behind the wheel of one of these gorgeous motor vehicles again. It's not slipping out, it's just bleeding power through the wheels, that's all it is. Nothing to be concerned about. This is before my own experienced driver. You should not be doing this on roads near you. Just a bit of a disclaimer I thought I'd mention. I've been driving for at least 100 years, and this thing, I'm very experienced with these types of motor vehicles. But I don't recommend doing this at home. Feature I like about this car is the racing inspired brake and accelerator pedal. The flat bottom steering wheel makes a huge difference in general driving feel and spirited driving as well. It's making it a bit difficult to drive, in my honest opinion, how far back the seat is for my liking. Not a big fan of how I can't adjust it, but it is what it is. You make do in all situations, and that's what I'm doing right now. This car just moves. It always has and always will to VR6 or VR8 motor. It just works very well. There we go. See, we got a bit sideways there. Now it's decided to downshift, upshift 7 gears. It's deciding what gear it wants to be in. Okay, it's found the gear that it needs. Here is my honest review of the R36 Passat. I'd say it's an 8.5 or 8.25 out of 10 motor car to drive. It does everything extremely well, and under normal circumstances where everything in the car is working 100%, I'd say it is a wonderful car to own and drive.